Hey everybody, I want to show you one of my favorite easy, simple recipes. You don't need to know how to cook to be able to do this. This has probably one of the quickest things it is to throw together. You don't have to watch it, you throw it in the oven and it's done. It's my turkey meatloaf. My mom's been making this for me since I was a kid. Of course, she was using ground beef, and I don't necessarily really have a problem with ground beef. I do try to stay away personally from too much red meat, so that's why I've moved on to turkey. Actually I prefer the taste of the turkey meatloaf over the ground beef. So what you're going to need is about a pound, give or take, of ground turkey. I'm going to put that into a bowl. There's that. You're going to need a packet of onion soup mix. Now when I'm in the States, I use the Lipton brand. I like that one a lot. So I'm still in New Zealand, so I go with what they have. You could use fresh onions, of course, as well. This is just so easy that if you're in a rush. Something red, some pasta sauce, not ketchup. So I just have pasta sauce, but I've used like marinara sauce that comes in a jar or whatever. If you just have tomato juice or tomato sauce, not tomato juice, I'm a little too runny. They don't have the 6-ounce cans here, so I'll just use about half of this. Probably going to be a little bit too much, but I think I have a little bit more than a pound. So again, it's just, yeah, there we go, a little bit more of that. It's not baking, so you don't need to necessarily measure, like exact. It doesn't need to be exact measurements. Oatmeal. I know a lot of people use breadcrumbs in their meatloaf. I use oatmeal in mine. It doesn't really have a strong flavor to it. And then I've done it both ways, where you can use a 1 whole egg, or I've done 2 egg whites. So if you are watching your fat intake, then you might want to opt for the 2 egg whites. Because we use the free-range eggs, I really don't have a problem with knowing that I'm getting a little bit more fat, because I know that I'm getting amazing omega-3s because they are free-range eggs. So, and stir that all together. I didn't bring my spoon. Use the spatula. Alright, so stir that up all together. And should have preheated your oven to 350 as well. You're going to need one of these loaf pans to bake it up in. Piece of cake. You can sneak some veggies in here also. I've put in carrots and celery and things like that that are shredded up. Just make sure that if you put in too much, it'll start falling apart. So, but again, I wanted to keep this as simple as possible for you. This is one of the things that I make when I multi-cook, because it's so easy to pop it in and you can just, well, not forget about it, but you don't need to be worried about it. Like, it's just going to cook, it's going to be fine. So it's going to take about an hour to prepare. So it is something that it's not necessarily a quick cook item, but it's so easy to make it that you can make this and double up the recipe and put 2 loaves in at the same time, so that you have leftovers. You can throw them in the freezer or whatnot. Alright, I'm such a messy cook, and I love to get my hands messy in there, so just keep that in mind if you come over to my house for dinner. But I will wash my hands, they were clean. Alright, so spray your pan with some cooking spray, and then you're just going to plop this in there. So like I said, it's going to go into the oven for about an hour till the juices run clear. Keep an eye on it though for your oven, and depending on how much meat you put in there as well. Check it after about 45 minutes at the timer. Just check it, see how it's looking, and it might be ready by then. Let it cool for a little bit before you try to slice it. So if you're not multi-cooking, then you can go get a workout in, you can prepare a salad, you can chop up some veggies to put into the steamer for dinner tonight. I'm going to serve this with green peas tonight, and probably some carrots. If you need any carbs in there as well, you do have a little bit in the oatmeal, but some brown rice, something like that. Piece of cake, simple. If you're not ready to cook it, throw it in the refrigerator. You could freeze this whole mix as well, but throw it in the refrigerator. So make this up in the morning when you're getting everything else ready to go. Pop it in the refrigerator. tell your husband or whoever to turn the oven on right before you get home, so all you need to do is pop it in. Piece of cake, great little loaf. And remember that a pound of meat is 16 ounces. Okay, so if you're looking at 4 ounces of protein, then this is going to give you 4 servings. So make sure you cut it in half and then in half again, and that will be a serving. Alright, enjoy your meatloaf. Let me know if you try it. Have a good night.